So this is my 2008 Acura MDX. It's ceramic coated with the Magna Cerama Cote. Just wanted to make this. There's a few people that wanted to see it. I recommend this product a lot more than the C-Quartz 3.0. Any of the C. I've only tried 3.0. I've got it on my black 2012 TL, and they both do good. I would have to say this one, the Magna Shine, does a lot better. It's rated to last a lot longer. It says between 3 and 5 years. Where that comes in is if you use the top coat. They also make a top coat, and if you use that regularly, like I'd say every 3 months or so, it'll last at least 5 years. Probably could last longer if you did it even more often than that. It can get expensive though if you use it that often, as like $40, and that'll probably do at least three full MDXs. Here, I'll get up close on it, and it just has a glass reflection. This car was fully paint corrected and polished before I applied it, did all the work myself. I own a car detailing business, and this is I use it to tow my trailer, so it's kind of a demo as well. But I've got the top coat is even on the glass. You can't put the ceramic coat on the glass, but you can put the top coat, the spray, on the glass. Also, one thing to note, when I bought this car in October, the headlight lenses were fully hazed over, and what I did is I polished them out, I sanded them, compounded, then polished. Then I took some alcohol to wipe off the polishing oils. Then I went and applied the Magna Shine, and as you can see, it's been today is February the 15th, 2019, and I did the coating right at the end of October. I bought the car in the beginning of October, and I did all this at the same time, but so far they have held up perfectly. Still look as clear as they do after I compounded and applied that ceramic coat on there. And also, one other thing I'll show you is this piece up here it was extremely oxidized. As you can see, here's a little area. This is where the paint has fully came off, and that's just something that can't be repaired with a paint correction. But the part that could be repaired is repaired. Here's some other areas where paint just isn't there anymore, but there's another part right here. But anyway, I compounded, polished, and applied the Magna Shine ceramic coat on it, and it has held up great so far. Time will tell, but so far so good. The rest of the paint's all very good taken care of. Another thing that I did is on all this trim right here. It was all faded. You know, it's it's an 11-year-old car. It was 10 years old when I bought it, but there's no tire shine. There's tire shine on the tires and in the wells here. And I just washed this car, but there's nothing on any of the trim at all except the ceramic coat. So I did take the actual coating and rubbed it on there just as if I was doing it on the paint, and it shined it right up. Also did it on the front, on this flap, and on the front here, and it's just done great. It beads up a lot better than C-Quartz does. In my opinion, C-Quartz just hardly beads up, and whenever it rains and I ride through the rain, the C-Quartz, it beads up on the top of the car and all that, but it kind of just gets clogged up with all the dirt and whatnot of the rain, and it just doesn't really repel as well as I think it should, especially for what everybody else says and how everybody else says it's so good. But this Magna Shine right here, it does get dirty, and especially on the bottom where, you know, if I go through some dirt or something like that, of course it's going to sling up on the side. Even with the flaps, it still slings up. And I can take a pressure washer and basically pressure wash it right off, just to get the excess off if there is still some of it that is left, and that's just something that you can't prevent. And you can rinse it off, but it takes quite a while, even driving through the rain and all, and with this coating, for it to finally get to a point where it just pulls instead of it beading up. But after washing it, I mean, it beads up perfectly every time. But the thing about the sea quartz is it seems like after I wash it, it still beads up good, and it beads up better than it does with the dirt on it. But it just doesn't, I can always tell that I can just, it's just one of those things I can tell, like, okay, it's kind of degrading a little bit. And I put the top coat on it every 2 months on that one. This one, I actually haven't done any top coat on it since I put the coating on at all. And, well, I take that back. Today when I washed it, I just had just enough to put on the hood, and that's it. And so here's a little spot that I messed up on the coating when I was first starting on it. You can see that little, I'm sure that'll come out if I wanted to compound, or I might even have to wet sand. But you know, that doesn't bother me at all. I'm really in it more for the protection and just the shine that it gives, you know, minus that little bit. But you know, nobody would really notice that doesn't know anything about, that knows about this stuff. But the coating has held up great. As I said, I have not put any top coat on it on the rest of the car since I put the coating on in late October. And I mean, it beads up awesome all the time. If it rains, it's beading up. There's no, on the TL with the sea quartz, after I put the top coat on it every 2 months, top coat always lasts for a good little while. And it still stays, you know, the top coat still lasts for a good while after I put the, after I wash it, but it just doesn't do anything like this Magna Shine does. Well, I hope y'all find this video interesting. I hope it helps y'all do a coating, or just kind of help decide on which coating you want. There's a lot of other better coatings than this out there, but you just have to, you have to be licensed, and there's just a lot of hoops to jump through. And when this stuff right here does the same pretty much job, and I'll show you another few cars that have different coatings as well. And I've also just recently put the same coating on a Porsche Cayenne, a black one, and it came out awesome. There's no imperfections in it. I took my time, took about 12 hours to do, just to make sure I did 100%. If y'all want, leave in the comments, just make a comment, and I'll, if y'all want me to make a video on a tutorial on how I did it, I'd be happy to, as long as people want it, because it does take time to make the videos, or just send me a message, either way. But okay though, I hope you all found this interesting, or helped y'all make a decision. All right.